Relax and learn simple English with Easygoing English Podcast.
Welcome to Easygoing English Podcast. I'm Claire.
And I'm Josh.
Today, we're going to talk about 20 practical English phrases that you can use in everyday conversation.
These are used by actual native English speakers, and being able to use them will help you sound more fluent and natural.
And if you find this video useful, hit the like button. It'll really help us.
All right, let's get started.
Okay, the first phrase is let the cat out of the bag.
Just so you know, the words don't mean exactly what they say. When someone uses this phrase, don't take it literally. They didn't actually have a cat in a bag.
Yeah, it means to unintentionally reveal a secret. This is used when someone says something that is supposed to have been kept a secret.
If someone lets a cat out of the bag, they let out a secret.
Let's say you're friends and you're planning a surprise party for your friend's birthday. But one of them forgets that it's a secret and asks the friend if she's coming to the party. He's just let the cat out of the bag.
Yeah, now your friend asks, "What party?" Now the cat's out of the bag.
It's not a surprise anymore. The cat's already out of the bag.
Do you have any personal stories?
Yeah, there's one story that fits the phrase. One day, my sister contacted me to say she was coming home for her summer break and wanted to surprise our parents. We made a detailed plan for her to jump out of the closet when they got home. So, I picked her up at the station and we headed back. But before we got inside, our neighbor came out and chatted with us. While we were waiting, she texted my mom, "Hey, I just saw your daughter."
She let the cat out of the bag.
Yup. By the time my parents came home, the cat was already out of the bag.
Man, it would have been so cool to see your mom's reaction if your sister had jumped out of that closet.
That would have been hilarious. Kind of disappointed that we didn't get to see it. Okay, the next phrase has pretty much the same meaning as letting the cat out of the bag. Do you want to guess what it is?
I would say spill the beans.
Right. The next one is to spill the beans. Both letting the cat out of the bag and spilling the beans are about revealing a secret. But the difference is that letting the cat out of the bag is about unintentionally telling a secret, while spilling the beans can be either intentional or unintentional.
Yeah, letting the cat out of the bag is more about an unintentional slip. You spill the beans because you decide to do it. But you can also use the phrase when someone does it by mistake.
An example sentence would be, under pressure, he spilled the beans about how he had gone on a trip when he called in sick, or, I didn't mean to spill the beans, but I let slip that we were going to move out next month. The next phrase is about memory. This is used when you want to let people know what you remember, even though you are not entirely confident about your memory. The phrase is, if memory serves me right.
It means the same as, if I remember this correctly.
Exactly. You use it when you're not 100% sure, but you think your memory is correct. For example, if memory serves me right, the meeting is at 11 a.m. You're not totally certain, but you believe it's true.
That's useful. It makes you sound polite too.
Yeah, it's a soft way of saying what you think is true. Here's how you might use it in a sentence. If my memory serves me right, this movie came out in 2005. Or, if my memory serves me right, we met at the conference last year. You can also say, if my memory serves me correctly, or, if memory serves.
There are some variations of the phrase.
All right, the next phrase also has to do with remembering something. It's jog my memory.
Jog doesn't refer to running in this phrase.
Not quite. In this case, it means to help someone remember something. If you say, can you jog my memory? You're asking someone to help remind you of something.
You use it when you need a little help to remember.
Example sentences would be, keeping a diary can help jog your memory about past events. I need a few details to jog my memory. Okay, still sticking with the memory theme, the next one is a trip down memory lane. It means to think back on old memories, usually happy ones.
Yeah, you use this phrase to talk about happy memories. Speaking of a trip down memory lane, I just recently visited my grandparents and they gave me a bundle of old pictures of my childhood.
Looking at them must have been a trip down memory lane.
Exactly. My parents look so young too.
That's a good context where you can use this phrase. You usually use it with the verb take, like Josh took a trip down memory lane when he saw his old pictures at his grandparents' house. You can also use other verbs like go on a trip down memory lane. For instance, he went on a trip down memory lane.
You could also say, the old photos sent me on a trip down memory lane. Or, looking at them felt like a trip down memory lane.
Now, let's move on to something different. The next phrase is bear with me. This one's really useful in conversation. It means please be patient with me.
Yeah, that's a good one. You use it when you want someone to be patient or wait while you do something.
Right. If you're looking for something and it's taking a while, you might say, bear with me. It's polite and helpful.
I usually use this phrase when I'm about to explain something complicated or boring. Like, this is going to sound a bit complicated, so bear with me.
That's a great example. You can also use it when you need a moment to gather your thoughts. For example, you can say, I'm not sure if I'm explaining this clearly, so bear with me for a moment. Okay, moving on. The next phrase is used when you start something. Would you like to take a guess?
Let me think.
Take your time.
Get moving?
Good guess, but no.
Set things in motion.
Okay, I'll give you a hint. It involves a sport.
Get the ball rolling.
You got it. So the phrase is to get the ball rolling, and it means to start something.
This one is super common.
Yeah, in a real conversation, people often say things like, I'll send out the initial email to get the ball rolling on our project, or he gave a speech to get the ball rolling for the fundraiser.
Yeah, you may hear this especially in work or group situations. For example, all right, let's get the ball rolling on this project.
Next up is also pretty common. Cut to the chase. This means to skip the small talk and get to the main point.
Yeah, you use it when you don't want to waste time and go straight to the main point.
Exactly. If someone's talking too much before getting to the point, you might say, can we cut to the chase? It's direct, so use it carefully.
I like this one. Simple and fast.
Okay, the next one is I'm on the fence. This means you're unsure about something. You haven't made a decision yet.
Like when I can't choose between pizza or burgers.
Perfect example. I'm on the fence about where to eat. It shows you're stuck between options.
I'm always on the fence at restaurants.
Me too. Having many options keeps you on the fence. You can also say sit on the fence. For example, I've been sitting on the fence for weeks about which laptop to buy.
When you finally make up your mind, you can say, get off the fence. Like he finally got off the fence and orders steak.
All right, now for a phrase that means someone is exactly right. Hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, it means spot on. You say when someone says something that's so right.
Yes. If someone says exactly what the problem is, or makes a perfect point. Here are some example sentences. She hit the nail on the head when she said that I was always on the fence about everything. Or he hit the nail on the head when he pointed out the exact problem we had been having. Okay, moving on. This next one is for when something just isn't your style. It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, you use it when you don't like something.
Exactly. It's a polite way to say something isn't for you. For example, reality shows aren't my cup of tea. You're not being rude, just honest.
People often say things like, do you like country music? No, it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, that's a good example. Next phrase, break the ice. It means to initiate a conversation or ease tension. You break the ice to make people feel comfortable.
You break the ice to make things less awkward, especially when meeting new people.
Yep. If you're at a party and don't know anyone, you can tell a joke or ask a question to break the ice. It helps everyone feel more comfortable. If you want to talk about activities you use to break the ice, you can call them icebreakers. Do you have any favorite icebreakers?
That depends on the situation. If I'm meeting someone for the first time, I sometimes mention what they're wearing. For example, I may say stuff like, I love your backpack. Do you travel a lot?
That's a good icebreaker. You want to ask open-ended questions that invite the other person to share about themselves. If they have common ground with you, that's great. If you don't, you can try to learn more about the person by asking them questions.
Yeah, you want to have a couple of icebreakers at your disposal.
Exactly. All right, moving on to the next phrase. Pull someone's leg. This means to joke with someone or trick them in a playful way.
Yeah, that's used to describe when someone is teasing in a lighthearted way.
For example, relax, I'm just pulling your leg. It means you're joking, not being serious.
No mean jokes, though.
Right, it's just friendly teasing. The image of someone pulling someone's leg might not seem very lighthearted, but the phrase is usually used when someone is joking in a playful way. The next phrase is in the same boat. It means you're in the same situation as someone else.
This is another very common phrase. You can use it when you and someone else are facing the exact same problem.
Exactly. For example, you and I both are anxious about the test tomorrow, so we are in the same boat.
That one's good for teamwork.
Totally. All right, the next phrase is by the book. This means doing something exactly according to the rules.
When someone follows rules.
Exactly. People often say things like, he runs his business by the book. That means he follows all the rules strictly.
You can also say go by the book. An example would be, I decided to go by the book to avoid any mistakes.
Next one is burning the midnight oil. This means staying up late to work or study.
That's like pulling an all-nighter.
Pretty much. She's burning the midnight oil to finish her essay. It means working late into the night.
I've done that. Way too much in college.
Same here. I burn the midnight oil a lot, around midterms and finals. The next one is on the same page. It means people understand each other and agree on something.
When you're on the same page about something with someone, it means you both understand it in the same way or agree about it.
Exactly. You want to make sure you are on the same page with your business partner before making any deals with them.
It helps avoid confusion.
Definitely. This next phrase is a blessing in disguise. It means something that seems bad at first but turns out to be good.
Yeah, it's when a seemingly unfortunate event brings an unexpected benefit. At first, it seems bad, but later, you see it was actually a good thing.
Some example sentences would be, losing my job turned out to be a blessing in disguise, as it led me to start my own business. Or, the rain ruined our plan for hiking, but we ended up having a great time inside, so it was a blessing in disguise. And finally, the last phrase is throw in the towel. This means to quit or admit that you are defeated.
Like when your coach throws in the towel in a boxing match.
Right. The phrase comes from boxing. All right, that's all 20 phrases. We hope you learned something new today.
Let us know in the comments which phrase was your favorite.
And don't forget to like and subscribe. We've got more easygoing English coming your way.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
See you next time on the Easygoing English podcast.